What's poppin', y'all? Almighty J has finally responded back to Namir with the quickness when it came down to the allegations that Namir made on Almighty J. And I think Almighty J came kind of greasy on Namir, I'm not gonna lie. Now, this all started with, and I just talked about this yesterday, but we're gonna get a little bit of a refresher for those of you that haven't caught up. So, Almighty J was asked about YBN in a stream with Capaholics DDG. I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
What was the reason why y'all fell off?
Namir joined the gang.
You gotta talk clear.
Namir moved to LA and joined the gang. And it went from being a business to a gang banging fest. And I don't want to be around that.
So you scared of it?
I wasn't scared. I just not like, I don't want to be around gang bangers, but I like money.
So he talks about, he just cared about money and girls. He didn't want all the gang stuff. That's why he left YBN to do his own thing. That made sense to a lot of people. They're like, okay, that makes sense. But Namir replies and says, that's not all the way what was true. Like, YBN didn't turn into this whole gang banging thing, and that's not why you left. You left to Almighty J because you just cared about yourself or something like that. And he would allude, or not even allude, he would drop a crazy accusation on Almighty J. So I'm going to play you guys those two clips right now.
You went live and said you pop. You don't pop. You went live and said you whoop. You don't whoop. You went live and said know how you get down. Nobody know how you get down. What the fuck is you?
I made YBN for us. I didn't make YBN just for YBN Namir. But I fucked it up though. For hanging with gang members that was protecting you. Every time you got your face split open, who the fuck is you calling? Every time you getting stripped on Melrose, who the fuck is you calling? Like, act like YouTube disappeared. The same that is talking about, you can go type in the same that I'm talking about. What the? What? All this and whoop whoop. No, my chain didn't get snatched in Compton. All that. That's some whole different shit with a whole different person that had a chain on that was YBN. That ain't nothing. It ain't happened to me. I with Compton. That shit ain't nothing. Bought some jewelry and got that up off a cuz, and it was like that. I had to get that back. What the? Come on now. And you know mostly everybody in it know I'm not lying. It be the motherfucker that never touch grass that know what's up for real. And y'all just on here popping it for no reason. Manny good. Manny is working right now. Manny own 3 construction shops. 3 construction companies. Manny is cool. Like, what the Manny is out the way, taking care of everybody like as he should. Manny got enough money to buy me out my deal. YBN broke up because Namir was hanging around gangbangers. No. YBN broke up because you did some foul ass and almost got my mom killed. And I ain't say nothing about it on the internet until now. Jay got robbed because of me. Jay ain't never get robbed because of me. Jay put himself in the situation that he got put in. And I told bro, this is not the game. This is real life. You in California, you moving around, you doing wrong. On my mama, I was 5 minutes from Melrose when I got robbed. I'm like, don't go. I'm like, wait for me. I want to get ice cream and weird. Like, bro, what the? We don't only deal with it. Like, come on, bro. You feel me? That shit happened. He went to New York with some that he thought was going to hold his whole shit down. Got his face cut open. Them ain't do shit, ran on it. I would have never ran. I would have stayed right next to him and got my face cut open too. On mamas. I would have got my face cut open too. Straight up. And don't even understand how loyal motherfucker really is. Like, I swear to God, like, don't even understand the loyalty that got towards. If I do something 100%, I'm doing it 100%. If I care about you, I care about you. If it's fake, then it's fake. If it's real, then it's real. On my mama, I ain't never put Jay in no situation. I ain't never in my life. You could ask this. I ain't never put this in no situation where he had to think about life. The only thing he thought about was leaving. Making sure he was okay.
So after this, everyone's wondering like, whoa, if that's the accusation, like how did Almighty J, what did you do to lead YBN Namir to say that you damn near got his mom killed? And what Almighty J would respond, and one of the stories that Namir gave was like, yo, Jay, you got, like, people pulled up on you in New York. He got sliced open. He got jumped another time, I think, and robbed. And Almighty J would respond. And I'm going to play you guys a couple of clips from this response. So we're going to go through it from Almighty J.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Make this quick, gang. Bro spoke on your name. See, this is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, I ain't even supposed to be on here doing this, gang. You feel me? I'm finna drop an album in 2-3 days, Friday, gang. You feel me? I ain't even supposed to be on here doing this, gang. I'm supposed to be promoting my album, gang. But this went on live. I'm finna start again, y'all. You went live and said, I'm finna start again, y'all. This went on TikTok. Like, y'all see I'm live on Instagram, right? Like, I'm live on the gram. Like, I don't want to send me gifts and no like that. You feel me? I don't want to think I'm trying to gift on.
So first off, the accusation about YBN Namir going on TikTok live to gift farm to make money doesn't hold up. If he wanted to do that, he would be consistently live streaming. He would be talking about YBN drama all the time. And this is the first time we've seen Namir come out in who knows how long. He would have also responded to the clip immediately after it started spreading, not once it got on all the blog pages. So the fact that Almighty J's trying to pretend like, nah, Namir's getting on there to collect some Skrilla off of you guys, that's why he went on TikTok live. He even said he doesn't have access to his IG. I'm pretty sure he would have gone on his IG live because his IG has way more reach than his TikTok live. So that's one thing we got to kick out the door. And Almighty J talking about like, man, I'm supposed to be promoting my music. Man, we didn't hear a word about Almighty J music. The last video that I talked about, I was like, yo, I remember Jay was kind of having he just went by Jay. He was kind of having like the little bit of comeback in music. People were messing with his new songs, and I haven't heard about any music since. He didn't talk about when he said, yo, I like girls, and he's like, I like girls and money. He didn't say I like girls, money, and music. He did not mention music whatsoever. So this was an opportunity that he took to capitalize on to promote new music that he's going to be dropping soon, which is good. Shout out to Almighty J for that. I think you're doing good on that part. But what we're not going to do is pretend like Namir just hopped on there to collect a couple of roses like he's doing some AI, like, what is it called? Miles Morales type of deal. So in the second clip, immediately he jumps to YBN Namir talking about like, oh, I never asked you to do some gangster stuff for me. I never thought about you like that.
This went live and said, well, you got your face cut. Them the same you was calling protection. Gang. I never picked up my phone and called you down one time and be like, hey, Namir, I need you to do some gangster for me. Come on, brother. I'll call Lester if I call you, gang. And then you bringing that up. You bringing that up talking about some, yeah, this all on the internet. Y'all can go look it up. Y'all ain't never, it ain't nothing online about me getting robbed. You right. It's not online. You right, gang. You right. You absolutely right. It's not online.
That's not what Namir is saying. Namir is saying that he's so loyal that if he was there with you, he would have got cut up with you. And he's also saying that you called him. So you're saying that you didn't ask Namir for any gangster stuff, but you potentially called Namir. I don't even know who this Lester guy is, by the way. But you might have called Namir, who had the connections to the people that were going to keep you protected. So Namir would have been a crucial middleman in that type of scenario because he was making these connections. So for the gang to protect you guys, somebody's got to get in bed with them. Pause on that. So Namir getting in bed with them, you have to holler at Namir. Namir's like, yo, this is my guy. Make sure he's taken care of. And Namir handles whatever dealings he has with them. That way Jay never has to come over and whatever it is, cough up bread, be affiliated, represent the gang, whatever else that may be part of the deal. So really, if you have to hit somebody else to middleman it, that doesn't look bad on Namir whatsoever. Nobody in this situation is looking at Namir trying to be a gangster in that TikTok live that he did. Nobody said. Now, in the previous times, yeah, that was a different story. But we're talking about right now. And then he comes into the whole, oh, Namir, he never got like jumped or whatever. And he brings up a story that's kind of crazy. So I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
What happened in the studio in D.C. like 4 months ago when you was in D.C.? What happened in that studio? What happened in that studio 4 months ago when you was in DC? Huh? You forgot what happened in the studio when you was in DC? Then you get pistol whipped and stripped in the studio for all your J when you ain't got no change? I'm tweaking. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I put this on my mama life, man. Then you get pistol whipped in the studio and stripped for all your J in the studio. That's when you ain't got no change, man. Huh? Didn't you? Or you forgot? Or I need to go live with them. Do I need to go live with that pistol whipped you and stripped you for all your jewelry in the studio in DC like 4 months ago? Do I need to add them to the live or something? Cause I'm lying. Now go back live on TikTok and tell me I'm lying. Go live on TikTok and I want you to put this on your mama life that you ain't get pistol whipped in the studio and stripped for all your jewelry. Go live. I dare you to go live and swear to God that I'm lying. Please. Go live and say and swear to God I'm lying. Cause I'm trying to, you bringing up that happened in 2019 again. I was 20, moving like a goofy. I'm talking about 2025. Like 4 months ago. Is I'm lying? You ain't just get pistol whipped and stripped in the studio in DC gang? Oh, all right. All right, y'all. I just had to make sure. I just had to make sure I wasn't tripping.
Now we got to break this down. We're not going to break this down like a kilo. We're going to break this down like a Lego demolition site. So we're not just throwing like came in like a wrecking ball, Miley Cyrus. We're not blasting through the thing. We're taking it piece by piece. We're wrecking it like a Lego set. So first off, the first thing that Almighty J hops on is, oh yeah, there's nothing of you on video, but what happened like a couple of months ago? Dog, are we serious right now? The reason why YBN Namir brought up what happened with Almighty J is because he was hurt. He was hurt and he feels like, and you guys remember the infamous tweet, man, they left this YBN stuff in the gutter. Don't worry, I'm gonna run it up though. This was shortly before Soul Train. And yes, we all laughed at Soul Train. It deserved laughing at. But YBN Namir, he was hurt by that. And if YBN didn't put these guys on, who knows how far he could have gone if he was just focused on himself. We don't know. We can't go back in history. But why YBN Namir is referencing with what Almighty J, what happened to Almighty J, which we all know happened. This is all part of Almighty J's history. Nobody really clowns him about it. We don't clown him about it for that happening to him. It's like, yo, it's unfortunate that happened to you. Namir is saying you were with people that weren't going to hold you down like I would have held you down. I would have been there. We would have been in the hospital together, cast up, both of us. So what YBN Namir is saying is like, yo, I had to make some moves to make sure that we stayed protected and that didn't happen to you again. What Jay is doing is the opposite. You already left YBN Namir, and now you're trying to bring up a situation that none of us knew about happened to Namir and him getting an embarrassing moment that happened to him. And you're trying to be like, yo, should I get those guys on the phone? So now you're down to get on the phone with the ops of the man that helped put you on and that you were homies with? That's grimy. And listen, I don't know everything that happened behind the scenes. We don't know everything that happened behind the scenes. But you could see the intention between YBN Namir, only spoken because YBN got spoken about, and Almighty J bringing up a situation to public light that was going to harm YBN Namir's image, which is him getting, I mean, like the way that he said, he's like, man, I should go live with them that stripped you and robbed you for your chains. Are you going to pretend like that didn't happen? And the thing is, if that happened, none of us care. I don't care that YBN Namir got robbed. I don't care. I don't look at YBN Namir as like this big bad gangster. Like, yeah, he may be affiliated, he may be tapped in, and you know, that's just the nature of the game. Some people get robbed, some people don't. It is what it is. Like, I look at YBN Namir as an entertainer, as a rapper who dropped good music at a point in time, who was a selfless guy when he got into this game as a teenager, trying to help put people on, likely through the inspiration he got from a Chief Keef, seeing him put his people on, and he was definitely inspired by 2012 Chicago drill. So for Almighty J to come back at him like this, it's like, damn, dog. Like, was that ever your man's? I don't care what type of breakup you had. Namir exposed nothing new about Almighty J. This was all public. Almighty J is exposing new information that none of us heard about before. And now this is going to come to light? Hopefully not. I hope these guys stay irrelevant because clearly, and also, isn't this kind of dry snitching? What's going on here? Because we don't know who these guys are. So is he going to hop on with some people that's, and this is where he's talking about, I like girls and money. Getting involved with people that robbed Namir, allegedly robbed Namir, and pistol whipped him. That doesn't sound like girls and money to me. And then we also got to address the fact that Almighty J completely deflected from the accusation, which YBN Namir said, are you going to talk about how like a rift between us started because you almost got my mama killed? That's what I want to hear about. I don't want to hear about YBN Namir getting robbed. I don't care. I don't care if his chains got took. I don't care if he got stripped and had to walk home in his Supreme underwear. I don't care about any of that. Or in his Supreme Crip underwear. I don't care about any of that. I care about what happened or what situation was it that YBN Namir's mom's life was threatened. What were you getting up to? And that's what we really care about. He's trying to deflect by taking this drama angle and trying to throw Namir's name under the bus. Namir's been through it all. Like, Namir has suffered more pain, maybe not physical, considering Almighty J, dude, at the age that he went through, going through some violence like that, that's brutal. And I salute to Almighty J for coming out of that and still having like a positive mindset. But when it comes to like an emotional toll, online embarrassment, things of that nature, Namir has suffered way more than Almighty J when it comes to that. And for Almighty J to respond like this, I feel like secondhand hurt for Namir in the way that this was brought to light. And I don't think anybody's going to clown Namir for this because Namir didn't come at you from an aggressive, trying to make fun of you, bring you down type of nature. He just came at you like, this is what happened, and you guys are not going to make it seem like YBN Namir, was the reason that this fell because of my gang affiliations. That was not what happened. And I think it's fair. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Are y'all on Team Namir or Team Almighty J? Or do y'all need to see them box? I remember Aiden Ross was trying to get it set up, but Namir wanted 100K, and that wasn't going to work out. I do want them. I just don't know. If it goes this deep, I could understand Namir not wanting to throw hands about it. Like, it's probably very, very personal for him. I wish I knew the full story. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Are y'all Team J or Team Namir? Respectfully, I got to rock with Namir here. That's my guy right now. Let me know. And I'm going to see you on the next one.